Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We've got more live tournament action coming at you in the AGL-March Invitational Tournament. Wendy joining me on the line here tonight. Wendy, how are you doing, brother?
I'm doing fine, my friend. So happy to be here. We do have match number 2 of the night. This is a round 2 match. It will be between Team aiRsiRobin and, of course, I would say all Starcraft's poster boy, vVvSeoHyeon.
Yeah.
2 high-level master players duke it out on Cloud Kingdom in a best of 3. What are you gonna? Do you expect a little bit of aggression as Seohyun to open up the game?
I do.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I do. I expect him to probably go 2 racks here. If not, he's going to take a fast expansion. I think those are going to be his main 2 options. But I mean, it's Seohyun. You never really quite know what he's going to do. He loves to mix things up. We've seen that in the past, and he's got some really wonky builds. I'll tell you, crazy stuff. But once you get into it, and he starts to push out or something like, oh, I see how effective this is going to be. It's very easy to see, isn't it? But a great player. But Robin, I guess is what we're calling him. I don't know why I keep wanting to call him Sir Robin, but
I think it looks like Sir Robin. I mean, I see Team Air, and then aiRsiRobin. So I would assume that's Sir Robin, and he just kind of doubles up on the R.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't. I know that there it goes. We called it. There is their proxy racks, and good location too, just outside the watchtower. Right. Wouldn't really send a drone over there, but ooh, 2 racks too.
Wow.
Seohyun wanting to end this early.
Now we've seen this from him before. Notice there's no gas though, so he's not going to do his, the Marauder push, the proxy Marauder, which for against Zerg you don't necessarily need them early game. And Robin here not scouting quite yet what's going on, and he is tossing down his hatchery. So do you think that Seohyun's going to be able to punish him for this, or do you feel like Robin has a pretty decent chance of holding this off? He's going to need to scout this eventually, but he's in his opponent's base and doesn't see anything. So I think at this point he has to assume proxy.
Yeah, I assume he's going to probably say, well, Command Center first probably would have gone down, and he hasn't. I don't know if he saw the orbital starting, did he? As a question, no. Just barely saw that it started, and now checking around feverishly, needs to find out where there is, but already 1 Marine and SV on the way. Pool, about 60% done, and this is going to be really, really, really tight for Robin. He's going to have to pull quite a few drones to do this. He should really start a spine caller as soon as possible as well, and oh man, Seohyun going for the
positioning
cheese
of these bunkers here. Notice that he's blocking the ramp too, and that's one of the things about this particular version of the map is it does not have a neutral supply depot down there.
No, it really doesn't. This is kind of it really should. I thought this version does. I'm kind of alarmed that it doesn't, and maybe the players this is the ESV version. That's correct, and Robin are really realizing what is happening, and good job on Seohyun identifying that part of the map.
Yep. Taking advantage now. We're going still into game 2, so Robin still has plenty of chances. But now he knows what to look for from Seohyun, and if you scout Seohyun's base and you don't see anything in there, assume that you're going to be enduring some pressure very quickly, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2 here between Robin and Seohyun. Kicking it off, it is going to be on Metalopolis. Game number 1 going to Seohyun. Now, Wendy, my good friend and co-caster on the line with me tonight. Going into game number 2 here, my good friend, what are you thinking? Are we going to see any flip-flop here, or is Seohyun going to go 2-0?
Seohyun has the... I would just totally cheese Robin. Who am I kidding? That worked once. Why wouldn't it work again? It's not on a really Terran favorite map by any means. Either that or go for a really strong 1-base all-in. And, I mean, Zerg really doesn't have too many options to bust or cheese a Terran opponent, really, especially on a map like this.
Right.
Where if you find that your opponent isn't close by air, and he's going to be able to get that wall on time. And easily he could just repair his wall as your Zerglings trying to knock it down. And Marines, they do shoot over walls. So Robin's going to have to try and take it to a standard game, I think. I really think that's his only really course of action. However, Seohyun opting for a supply depot at the ramp looks like his barracks will go down there at the same location.
Right.
But is it 2 barracks pressure? I think that's a good choice. It's a safe opening. It's totally viable to, kind of, macro out of. So...
Yeah, we'll see. He could even go for a macro style play. Nope, he's taking his gas. So he's gonna open with Hellions here for sure then.
Yeah, I think that's a smart decision. And now, his SCV, maybe he's just checking for an Overlord. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, checking for an Overlord. Now, by process of elimination, Robin knows exactly where Sc2is. He did fly his Overlord over that empty base here. You can see him now headed down to the bottom corner so he can poke in for some scouting later on.
Wow. I just have to say, Robin being so greedy after that last game. Going up to 17 drones before throwing down that spawning pool.
Wow.
And is okay, there it goes down. I'm like, no, tell me he's going to go up to 18. Wow. I mean, there's, like, I think 15 hatch, 16 pool is greedy, but 16 pool, 16 hatch, 17 pool, that is pushing the limits. And I would not be surprised to see Robin possibly lose to more, like, a bunker pressure. I mean, a lot of Terrans these days, even if they aren't going for 2 racks or some kind of proxy build, will put on that bunker pressure just to kind of force the Zerg to lose that little bit of macro advantage they have, the economic boosts they get from taking a hatch so quick.
Right, that's true. Now, Sc2just with the 1 barracks, and here goes his factory, so Hellions will be inbound here in just a few moments. And he's going to go ahead and scout over here, wants to check the timing of the spawning pool, and he's going to say, wow, that was greedy. He knows this timing so well. For this pool to not be finished, he knows that Robin's getting a little bit greedy here economically. So we'll see. I mean, he could potentially really push this hard. The spawning pool just now going up means that a potential for a spine crawler is going to be delayed quite a bit here. And so Hellions are going to be that much more effective.
Yeah, and that's also the thing. And this map is great for Hellions. You need at least 2 spine crawlers. And whoa!
Oh wow! Hatchery going down here at the natural, and macro hatch going down. Robin making his play right here, right now. So is this going to be the Baneling version of this, Windy, or is it going to be the Roach version of this? That is my question. We don't have any gas yet, so I guess it's going to come down to when he puts his gas down.
Yeah, I'm honestly flummoxed, baffled.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I really have no idea what he could go for. Yeah, this is very greedy or very smart of taking that risk he needs to take to get back into it. Sc2 has gone for Hellions. What I like about this, it eliminates the need to get 2 Hellions out, because he can now put his queen there to block. Hellions won't be able to get through. He can just put that queen on hold position, and he can just put the spine crawler back between his 2 gases, and that'll save all the drones back there.
Right.
So smart decision in that aspect. But if Sc2 decides to go for any kind of really aggressive build, and he is getting stim out first, he skipped over combat shield, skipped over the concussive shells for the Marauders, has got his expansion up. He could go for a really strong 2-base timing push and make it, especially after seeing that macro hatch is done and Robin's committed to it. And don't forget, he could also just pick off it with Hellions and slowly kill it in due time.
That's true. But, I mean, I imagine that Robin is going to make his play here in just a moment. He's going to pick what his tech pattern is going to be, but he will be stuck on 2 base here for just a little while. Committing to this macro hatch this early does mean that taking the 3rd potentially can be very difficult, especially on a map like Metalopolis, where your 3rd has got 2 wide open entrances to it. 2 very wide open entrances. And I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how he's going to play this, but he still has not made his tech pattern choice quite yet. So I'm interested to see what he's looking for scouting-wise before he makes his choice.
And wow, 6 Hellions now coming over, and I'm kind of shocked to see how much this hatch has really gotten low. I mean, it's down to health just from Hellion harass. And now here goes the Hellions. This is the moment that Sc2 is looking for. He's committed these Hellions, but they will get a good amount of drone kills. 6 Hellions will pretty much one-shot a whole bunch of drones if they all hit the same drone. Even managing to take out a Queen Spine Crawler, repositioning themselves. Drones have been pulled off the line, and now mining has been denied for quite some time. Still 4 Hellions remain. Now 2 more joining over, so 6 in total, 5. Now, 1 more getting taken out, so 5, and good block on the ramp from the Queen, but now 4 are getting up into the main, and Robin's greedy play. He does have a spine caller in the main, but is not in range of those Hellions, and they're able to sit in that corner and roast a bunch of good drones in total. Now, 14 workers have gone down. Robin's greedy play really coming back to haunt him. Slow lanes now on the way, but they will not be able to do much against Hellions, even on creep, and now Robin, all mining denied in the main. Oh, actually, it looks like he just has put him back to work, but in the natural now back to work. But he's lost 3 queens, and that's pretty huge.
Yeah, that is 450 resources there alone. Plus, it throws off your inject timings. He is behind on larva because of that. And I mean, this is just too much to be dealt with. I'm actually quite surprised at how high the supply count is for Robin, having endured this much pressure. Checking in on the units tab, though, too, we got to mention that even though he has taken some severe losses, he is still at 47 drones to his opponent's 30. So his macro ability is clearly shining right now. Really able to to keep his economy strong despite how much damage he's taken here, and I'm actually quite impressed. Now, is it still anybody's game? I'd say probably, but it's definitely favoring Sc2at this point, who's securing his third base here momentarily, and he is going to start putting down some more unit production structures, actually to the tune of double engineering bays as well. So we're going to see some heavy infantry as well as some nice upgrades, Windy. How does that make you feel?
I'm liking Sc2's reaction to this. He has first of all Lings, but there's plenty of Hellions in the field. They will be able to deal with them quite adequately. They're even getting repaired up. He's made a good wall here between the factory and the supply depots. He is going for fast medevacs as well, so getting those out a little bit later than I'd like to expect. But considering all the harassment and pressure he's put on, that's actually a pretty quick medevac. And now he's going to be able to drop his opponent like crazy, who, while he did do a lot of economic damage, and he, like you said, did stay up to nearly 50 drones, is now way behind on Lair. Lair now finishing up on about the 10-minute, 50-second mark. No upgrades have gone down for the Lings either. And what are we seeing in terms of tech, Infestation Pit, or Spire? That is the real question out of Robin. I mean...
Well, he may stick with just Baneling at this point. I assume that he is going to have to follow this up with at least, some Mutalisks, but man, I'll tell you, if he does want to put together a very large Zergling Baneling army, that could potentially be a pretty decent choice for him here in this position. But these Hellions really going to be difficult to deal with, especially now that his third's about to go up. He is going to want to get some mining done there, because checking the units tab, he's way oversaturated now at his natural and main. He's got to keep pressure off that main, keep it mining as long as possible. So here comes your drone transfer. And here comes the Hellions, Windy. He's going to poke in here, and quite honestly should be doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, Lings are here to defend. Drones are pulled back in response to those. Banelings will make a world of a difference. They don't have speed, but they will be able enough to chase away the Hellions. They do bonus damage to them because they are light units, so they'll be able to... two Banelings will take out one Hellion quite easily, and of course that splash damage compiles quite quickly since Hellions have a tendency to stay close together. But what has me concerned is that Robin, lots of drones... lots of a fair amount of units, no tech, and that really is where he has nearly 1,200 gas saved up. If he had put a Spire down, it would have been Spire just now going down. It needed to go down so much longer ago. Lair finished over exactly 2 minutes ago. Had that Spire gun down as soon as Lair finished, he would have had Mutalisk already out on the field and beginning to harass the Terran player. But instead, Sc2notices this, sees the push. Baneling speed will be done for this attack. Hellions pushing the front, trying to get rid of something. Good surround from the Link, so being able to pick off quite a few of those Hellions. Marines a little short coming up from the back, but now how many siege tanks are with this? Only one. Does it have siege mode? Yes, it does. And it looks like a few more Marines challenging from behind, but the elevator up into the main, such a smart decision, using the siege tank to kind of bolster that firepower that goes. However, Lings are running in. +1 is done. They will survive at least one shot from that siege tank. Do they get it? No. Cornering the wrong units. Baneling's going off the tank, but not enough to finish it. And now Robin, in a lot of trouble, has Marines in his main, has a siege tank raining down, will be finally able to get a siege tank, and looks like Lings were enough to clean up the Marines in the front, and even with 1-1 Marines, wow.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty surprised. Robin, though, is still falling behind significantly in that supply count here, and the Baneling going down is a big deal here.
That's a big pick.
Yeah, big pick there. Great job from Sc2, focusing down the right things there. Here comes your Lings to try and clean this up, and I'll tell you, he's got to do this now. This push needs to be backed up, back to Sc2's doorstep, and Robin, just quite frankly, he doesn't have the wherewithal to do that at this point. Got another siege tank now in position. And it's going to come down to his mutas. He's got 6 in production right now. He's trying to stay, buy himself some time. He really has to wait till he's got those out. But he's going for the push right here. Is it going to be enough to clean these guys out? The tank getting focused down as quickly as possible. Here comes another tank to bolster this, though. Good reinforcing there from Sc2, and look how many Marines are out on the field now, Windy. With not
they're just
anything.
Streaming in one after another with 1-1. Macro hatch will fall, and Robin, GG, well played. I think that was a little bit preemptive. I think his Baneling nest had just popped. Maybe he had a little bit more time to do it, but Robin will drop down to the losers bracket, and Sc2 now moving over to another 2-0. Another 2-0 against his opponent.
Yeah, very strong tonight. This is the Sc2 we all know and love. Not that we don't like Robin, because we do. We absolutely love this guy. And but yeah, great games. Congratulations to SeoHyeon staying in the winners bracket. Always a good idea. And we'll see who we can pick up for our next game. But don't alt tab. Always alt Starcraft. We'll see you guys in the next games.